Hi, I'm Jody Windsor. I work for Intron Technologies. I am a project manager, estimator, and president. We're a small company of about 20 employees, and you wear a lot of hats. We are a specialized company. We specialize in concrete restoration, structural concrete restoration, and foundation repair. And we do a lot of governmental work as well as industrial and commercial type projects. Our technology has changed quite a bit in the 19 years that we've been doing business. As we first started out, we didn't even have a computer. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, and it didn't last for very long, I think 3 months. But we quickly went from 1 computer to 2 computers to 3 computers to 4 computers to 5 computers to 6 computers. And these were people who were also out in the field, that had laptops and that they were working with them.
Hi, I'm Henry Bowser with Intron Technologies, General Superintendent here. Been here 9 years, and since we've started using T1, our days have grown a lot shorter. Used to have 10 hours in the field and 3 or 4 hours back in the office doing paperwork and estimating at the end of the day. And now I do it all right here from my truck in the field, keeping the crews more productive, and my family sure appreciates me spending time at home.
When we moved into this building, we knew that we had to change things, and because we're tired of running cords from one office to the other office. And so this whole building was wired, and we had our network completely set up. We had it totally wired. It was perfect. We knew that we had a connection in every single office, including the conference room, so that we would have our network capabilities everywhere in here. We were really proud of ourselves. And it worked great until it didn't. And then at that point, we had to learn how to troubleshoot networks. And that was a lot of time that we took away from it, and it became very valuable, and I really didn't care if I ever learned how to network, to troubleshoot a network. And so we began hiring independent tech support, and they did absolutely great too for a while. And then their people moved on to somewhere else, and we began starting with somebody else, and then that person said, oh no, what they did is just wrong. We have to change all of this. And so we would go through this whole transition period again. And we finally ended up with these one people that had everybody's computers all messed up. And we were down for like 3 days, and I just got tired of it. I thought there's got to be a better way. I kept asking people, isn't there some way that we don't have to deal with this? And it became very expensive. We set up payment plans with these people, and they would be on call, and then they'd say they'd come too many times. Well, they came too many times because they didn't have any consistency in their people. So we finally heard of T1 through another company that was working with them. And I thought, this has got to be the way. So I talked to Kyle Tripp, and he came over and told me what the benefits of T1 would be. And I thought, this is great. I almost didn't care what it cost, because we had spent, just prior to talking to him, we had spent over a week installing a QuickBooks program that the company, QuickBooks, had to put about 3 patches into. And our office manager had spent over a week, and a lot of time trying to install these patches, and she didn't know how she was, doing it. And I thought, he told me he would do all of the upgrades on QuickBooks, that wouldn't be a problem for us. And I said, we've got to try this. And since that time, it's been no problems.
Hi, my name is Shannon Clark. I'm the office manager at Intron Technologies. I've been with our company for 3 years. I use QuickBooks for everything, for the accounting, for our job, for the checking account, everything. So mainly my job depends on QuickBooks. If it should go down, I would be without a job. If there's a QuickBooks upgrade, I call T1. And they usually upgrade it that night while we're not here, so when we come in the next day, we can use it and just start working with no downtime.
T1 is just a part of the way that we do business now. I can't even imagine it any other way. I don't even think of the bill as anything different, or the cost of the service as anything different than paying the utility bill. It is integral to the way that we operate and critical to the way that we intend to move into the future. I don't see it as something that if times got tough, that you would cut the T1. That it would be like saying shutting off the lights. This is important as anything else that we do to operate, and it's just another operating expense and critical to any type of future that we have.
When I've worked with other companies, usually you call their tech support and they have to schedule an appointment or call you back. The last time I called T1, I needed an upgrade on QuickBooks. I actually sent them an email, and within 10 minutes I got an answer back that said they'll take care of it that night while we were already closed for business. When we came in the next day, it was already done. So if you deal with QuickBooks or anything like that, you need an upgrade. You know, it depends on, your whole job depends on that. It'll be for, you know, your tax rate, you know, your figures, all your figures will be off, and that causes a big problem. With T1, it was done, taken care of, no problems at all.
Prompt. You send an email and somebody answers you within a minute. Or when we were working off-site at Jacksport, where you can't get in and out of the facility very easily because of security, then you can just set up a remote office in your vehicle, and you know, you're constantly in contact, and you can continue to do proposals and estimates, and all of that information is available. The positive on the estimates as well is several of us work on estimates at the same time, and if that information is in the computer, we can all access that same information, so that we can answer questions or add in data that needs to be input at that point.
This is my office right here. It's convenient. At any time I can answer questions my boss has from anywhere in the country at a moment's notice. She has something to show me, we can send photos back and forth, we can review documents that engineering's requesting on a job site that may need her approval, quick and fast.
They say, well, wow, that's an expense we could do without. And I said, oh yeah, that is not happening. That's one of the few times that I say, I am the president. That is not going to happen. Because they think they're going to be able to do it themselves. But there isn't any, you know, there's no reason you can't make this all work. But it doesn't work. And especially when you have remote people like Henry or myself, when we're away from the office, it's just impossible. We could not operate without T1. I would never go back to where I have to be the one to try to troubleshoot.